Hello guys, Happy New Year and welcome to our first prompt of the Botanical Beauties. So this month in January was my prompt and I picked I picked pansies. You may have had a bit of an inkling when you saw me doing some of these. So I utilised this, I've photocopied this and I've utilised that, but I wanted to make them a little bit more real, and I quite liked those, but I traced some of the flowers from there, and I wanted it to be sort of more like a vase rather than a teacup, and I'm going to put real lace. So it's got written in here, you know, that you can use it. It's all written in here. You are able to use it, but it's not like this is for my own personal use. I'm showing you, but this is for my own personal use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is my inspiration for colours is this. I've got this beautiful mug, and I was thinking I wouldn't mind getting inspired by some of the colours that are in that. Beautiful. So yeah, I just love it. So I quite like, I want it to be a little bit more real, so I did yeah, some of them have just got the lines like that, which is the small ones. Some these are like little small ones, and then the ones they're going to have that dark colour. Now I've got a piece of fabric somewhere. Hang 10. Okay, back again. Should have been more organised. 1 minute into it. This is what I use for like testing colours. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna paint. So this one will go on the top of my tablecloth. So that'll be the first one that'll go on the top there. So I just thought it'd be nice to have something in a vase, you know, little pansies. Okay, so I've got my Inktense pencils, but I've also got my watercolour. So I've got my favourite bits and pieces. So this is the light box. It's such a good height, so I might stick that on there, and I'm going to use that. I'll probably need some. Okay, so this is more for the tutorials. You just get your inspirations, okay, here from your books. So the pansies in this book are on page 6. They're there, and there's one here as well. So and then I've got the hoop that I'm going to do the embroidery. What I'm going to do is I want a bit of lace to go underneath there, because it's got like the lace, but I would like a real piece of lace. So I've just got the line there, so you can have something like that. But I saw this. I've got just looking at my bits and pieces on the side there. I really like that. All depends how big it is. See, it just sort of fits there. Probably cut that in bit off. See whether it's too wide or not. I'll just see. That'll be in one of the next ones. Could probably utilise the other side as well. That's really, really, really pretty. See, that'd be even nice. Cut in half, and you know, flowered on there. So just for the first one though, and we've got this colour. Where's my colour thing? Because a lot of the pansies, it's sort of like, you know, a dark purpley, like a blacky purpley colour. So I'm going to test it on here. See what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. I think that might have been the same one there. So I do like the Inktense pencils. What I'm going to do is I'm going to colour in here. And just have a look at your piece. So this is going to be more of a coloured in type one. And you've got to be really careful when you do this sort of thing, because it can bleed, and that's why I'm trying not to go too close to the edges. Now we still I might do that darker colour along here, but not as much as the other ones. So these are definitely okay. So here we go. You just get a bit of water and we colour it in. But we've got to be careful. You know what, I reckon that's probably going to be a better colour for the actual flower itself. They're gorgeous. Don't want to go too, you know, when you put the water on, make sure you keep away from the edges a little bit, because it does bleed. Okay. And I don't want that colour to go into the centres there as well. See, it's bleeding. So just drag it off over softly. The main bit of water we are going to use, and then I'll drag it over a little bit. Not a deal breaker if you go over it a little bit. I want them to be similar colour, like, you know, I've gone into the garden and I've picked you know, flowers from, you know, the pansies from my garden. So might need to, so I've got the iron handy. Because I'm thinking we probably need a bit of a darker colour to go over that too. So that's the Inktense, that's called Shiraz. So I think I need a little bit, it's called outliner. I think I might just go on the actual, you go like this on the actual thing. Needs a little bit of darkness in there. Might have to wait until that dries. So okay, we are going to pick a colour. Do we want, see, that colour is a beautiful colour of the actual pansy. That's what I'm thinking. It's probably yeah, really like that. Wonder if we could do this one. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yep. Okay, I'm probably going to do that for some of the smaller ones. And I'm definitely going to come back in with a darker colour. So the smaller ones, yeah, they've got it on the top as well. It's just a little bit highlighted. And we're going to highlight it. Oh, it's got a bit of fluff on there. Smaller ones I'll do in this colour. And then I might come in with a yellow or something. And come in with a bit of a darker colour. I've got to be careful. I think this one's called Fuchsia. Yep. Okay. So this is just the colour so that we're making my life a little easier, so that we don't have to colour in the middle. We don't have to embroider it. Some of them we will do, like when you've got a bit of fabric, you'll embroider, you know, do the textile thread painting, that's the one, thread painting over the top of that. Whereas these, we will just stitch on the outside of that. Now I'm going to do just a little bit on there, and the same with that one. So I guess, look, yeah, see, that's green. Okay. Okay. Getting there. My iron is clicking away. See, these are called Inktense pencils. I mean, they are quite intense, the colour. Because when I iron these, some of the colour will probably stay, as when I do watercolour, sometimes the colour doesn't stay as vivid, and pansies are quite vivid, so we really do want that vivid colour. I might see if I can try and water that down a little bit, because that one is pretty bright. Okay, now I've got called Yellow Sun. I'm going to do this. I really don't want that green on there, so it's quite bright, so we're going to just test it out. Yeah, see, look how bright that is. We really don't want it that bright, so I'm going to do a bit of that in the inside, because it's usually yellow, and then do this light. You don't need a lot. And even though we're going to put it on the inside, which is the same colour as the yellow, when we come to do embroidery, I'll do a different type of yellow, like a matching, but at the same token, you know, a bit of contrast. Okay, now these guys here are a little bit of lavender, so going to be careful, don't want to have it too much, and I might let this dry naturally, and I don't mind too much if it bleeds a little bit, because it adds a little bit of colour to it. Now the vase, not sure what that's going to be. Yeah, I just love pansies. I think they're so pretty. Such bright little happy flowers, aren't they? Okay. Now I want it to be a little brighter. There we go. Okay. Now, purple. It's probably pretty intense, this one. But I mean, I can do that, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to add a little bit of a a light purplish haze, but I'm going to go over it with, you know, French knots and whatnot. But I might sort of, you know, go over it a little bit. Clean off the yellow. Don't mind if it's in the background, that's what I want. So that it's got a bit of purple in the background, and then when I stitch those little, you know, French knots, it's still got a little bit of purple. So pretty. Now, what have we got? Leaves, 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 leaves. They sort of look in here, a bit of green. Oh, this needs, I think there might be one here. Oh my goodness. A sharpener. I thought there might have been one here, but underneath all this rubbish. Well, where are the greens? There we go. Like that green. I think that'll work just as well. So now we're going to watercolour. And you've got to be watercolour. See, it sits on the top, but it reacts differently. And when I iron this, the watercolour will lighten. Does it every time. Just do it. So yeah, it just tends to sit on the top, whereas when you've got the pencils. Okay, I must make sure that it's got the flower on the top. I will need the pencil for the, you know, the lot these. Now it seems pretty intense, which it is, but it does. The watercolor always dries. Each medium reacts differently. I might go back in. Once I get that, I'll do this on the top. The, what's it called? The pencil sharpener, which is around here somewhere. I'll do the actual lines. Probably do some of these. Okay. So this is just the first month's thing that we're going to do. Now, I was thinking I would like a nice soft blue vase. I'm wondering, once again, vivid, but it won't be. So, because it's the watercolour and it always dries lighter. Oop, be careful, Suze, especially in the watercolour. See, once you dab it, that dark stuff comes off. Yeah, a bit too dark down the bottom there, have to be careful. Okay, well, what I might do, give it a bit of a pause and iron it, and I'll come back. It's looking cute already. Okay, I am back again, and I put it on here, and if you notice, what are the parts I did with the watercolour? They go lighter, and the ink tints, that it didn't really come off, only a bit of the I might get the yellow when I have it a little bit more yellow. I might even zoom in a little bit. There we go. So needs to be a little bit more yellow because it had the blue here, and I don't want to go too dark. You have to be careful because the blue can mix in with the yellow and it can create green. So I want to intensify this yellow a little bit more. Have the yellow more inside. And here, have a little bit of yellow in with that. And then I probably don't even need to come back in with the green because we're going to stitch that. So come back to the line in here a little more. I do like, that's the beauty of these. You know, you can create, need a few more, you know, having that come in here, there, a few more lines here and there so that you can actually see that there's flowers coming in. Okay, so we're going to go, where is it, underneath, and just go over that yellow again. Oop. Okay, I want it to be a little bit more intense, and then I can give it another dry on the iron, and then I can put it in the hoop and we can start. Okay, so what I was wanting to do, I wanted that to be a little bit darker, didn't I, on the inside? Okay, what have we got? Bark. Nope. Deep indigo. Yeah, I might try some of that. Just a little bit on here. At least on these ones anyway, just to darken them up, and here. Yeah, see, straight away it's starting to look more like a pansy, given that darker colour. There we go. Okay. Ooh, pretty dark. But I think it works. What I might do is go over it with a cloth, and it might take off some of the intense colour. And they look like little faces, which is what I've got here, and they do have that face look. That's better, I think. Yeah, might go over it. There we go. That's better. Still got that little bit of darker, and then, you know, we can, these are the bits that we're going to embroider. We're going to go around the outside, but then I'm going to embroider these bits with a bit of colour. So we don't go over everything like the vase. We'll just go around the outside. On the picture it had a couple of little flowers, but I really didn't want to take away from the pansies. And I think the green's enough. Probably add a little bit of yellow to it in the middle, maybe, just to, you know, because it's got a bit of a yellowy green tinge. gives it that, just that little bit. Sometimes it's just the one stripe and a little bit of another colour. It really makes a difference. I like that. Okay, now once again, pretty bright. I like it. Okay, so now we are ready. I'm just going to give it another iron because I don't want my pieces to be wet. And I'll be back. So I just put it the wrong way, like, yeah, I'll show you. Put it like that, and then I iron it. So I've got the iron on. So and I've got it on some paper, like as in some of this that comes in handy. Okay, so what we are going to do now, always pack up. Now, not all of my flowers and stuff are going to be done like that, but I just thought pansies, because they're so bright, and I really wanted that paintery look. And pack these away. Okay. So I'm going to get this little guy here. Go down a bit. Move this out the way. Don't want that spilling everywhere. It's good that it's blue. You can see where it is. There we go. So I could probably pause it and we can start doing a tiny bit of stitching. And we'll see how we go. We've got to find some colours. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Picked out some bits and pieces. I even had a look in my beads. I'm thinking a white bead, a little yellow bead in the centre, I think would be quite nice. And I could almost do, I might have a purpley colour. I do, oh, here we go. Could almost do that really light, that one there, for the combination of the beads as well as stitching. I think that'd be quite nice. Okay, what have you turned me into, Corinne? I'm thinking of beads now. So, but I definitely would like to do the yellow for there. Gone through some of my stash. Got the pictures too. I want to, like, that's probably the best one to get a bit of an idea of where we're going. So what I was thinking of, this is a real fuchsia-y colour, I think, and there's a variegated, but I think this one is the go. So I might grab this and I'll go around. Don't know whether that's probably too, be nice if we could have it in a smaller one, but I might do the Chanel 22 because that seems to be a good colour for this. This is a Wonderful 310. Ooh, okay. And what we're going to do with this, I was thinking too, we either do that purpley colour or maybe even that. See how it's sort of like a purpley. I might use those for them, and I might use that for the centre, which goes rather nicely with the fuchsia. I was thinking that, but I think it might be bright. I need more of a golden. Yeah, so I might even have a look through my DMC threads, but we'll see how we go. So I hope you are liking this first prompt so far. Okay. Now just a look. Sorry, making lots of noises. I'm going to bring it a little closer. Now, what we are going to do is start off. I might start here. And it's, I think for myself personally, I like doing it like this. So we're just going to do a backing stitch. If you're a stab stitcher, you would just go on it. See, it's not too taut, and I'm not going to make them real big, but I think that last one was probably a tiny bit smaller than what I needed it to be. But yeah. So someone's testing out the motorbikes again. Can you hear that? You probably can. They're very growly. The reason why I'm using the hoop, because it does stay in the one spot. And if you're a stab stitcher, you go like this. I did notice, which, you know, in the ones that I got from when I had the retreat, her stitching was tiny, and I can see why they are that small. Okay, we are going to, I think I might, yeah, just go across here. Oh. See, it comes across, you know, like that. So that is up like that underneath. So that's why I'm going across. And then make that little diamond piece and then go this side. Now we're using our my mug as inspiration as well. I've got it sort of goes down, but it goes up. I think I'll do this again because it is faster. I find it is faster for me because you don't have to go up and down. This is digging into my elbow. I'm going to move that. There we go. That's better. So, simple back stitch. This is why you are going to be needing a month to do this, because you know, you've got to stitch this on and then you've got to put it onto your piece. Unless you are stitching it straight onto your piece, then you don't have to worry about it. But I just thought it just makes it so much easier when you're stitching, when you're putting some colour on. Yeah, it makes it a little easier. Okay, now come up here. Everything's fallen down on me. So, how are we all going? I haven't even asked. How was your new year? Happy New Year. This is going to be, I'm pre-recording this, but this is going to be on the 1st of January that we are launching this Botanical Beauties, and I am very excited about it, even though I've got my calendar that I'm doing. But I thought, well, you know, they're all both a month projects. So Monday will be this and Tuesday will be the calendar. So you know, when it's over, both of them are over 12 months. whereas Roxy's Journal of Stitchery is every 6 months, but this year we're actually going to be doing a project each month, which is good. So we'll be able to see this week what we're doing. I've got a feeling, I'll be doing stuff like maybe making a handbag, a cushion, or stuff like that, which I think is really good. So, we can choose to do it or not. And this way you've still got something that you're getting a prompt and a theme with. And, yeah, so I've sort of got everything planned out a little bit that I want to get stuck into. So I'm going to go there. So I'm just going to, and even though this is the other flower, I'm going to go down, so when it comes to doing the other flower we won't have to worry about doing that bit. So, there we go. That's very cute. And see how it's got a little bit of the white bit there, and we may not, like it might have that bit there. It's okay. I quite like it. It gives it a real arty look. So, okay. Now what I was wanting to do, when you do this, and you saw it didn't really take that long. I did it live, basically. I only paused it to go on, finish this off and go on. So you saw it didn't take that long. You're almost halfway there. You've got colour, you've got your piece. So yeah, I quite like it. Now, once again, I've gone back to doing stab stitch. I'm just so used to it because I did so much of this sort of stab stitch work with Fleur Woods. I'm doing stab stitch, and because this is on calico, it becomes quite stretchy, so it's quite good. Once again, I'm going to go through and through the top, and then we'll come here and do this last one. Might as well finish off doing one flower, and then I'm going to get some green and do see how it's gotten a little bit sloppy. You just have to pull it and tighten it up. See, it's all good. Done. Oh, might take that out. Not quite matched up. There we go. Makes a big difference having an outline on there. Like, it looks all right like that, but the difference between that and the outline. Okay, I'll just come up in there like this, and I might do that. So finish it off. Sometimes you can do one, sometimes you can do two, and it's got a nice neat back. Okay, so I'll tighten it up a bit, push it down. Then what I was thinking of doing with this, I'm just going to have it all, I'm going to cut this out like, in a square, well, maybe even a half circle. I was thinking of maybe drawing a half circle like that and then stitching that. That might work. All depends, and that's on the top, isn't it? We'll just see. But I was thinking of putting some Lisafix on here so that I can cut that out and then put the lace underneath that, but just enough to go on the vase, maybe, just so that I can stick it on top. Actually, here's a nice small piece. That might work. Where are we? Yeah, just do that shape. And if you can see, it was different. Like I made it more straight, and this was more like, you know, like a vase. I changed it up a bit. So that way, just that bottom bit is cut out, and then all the rest I'll cut fairly close to the edge because it's cream, and then I'll stitch that down onto the piece. Now, where are we? What I was thinking, I was getting this, but also the green. I'm not sure. Maybe the stems. I do like this. Do they work? Yeah. I was thinking the stems, I'll do in a stem stitch and maybe on the outside, and this is sort of like a variegated because they're sort of coloured. Don't know what time we have. 41 minutes. Oh, it's quite a while. See, just having that done around there has already made a big difference. So what I will do for these, what I might do, I really like these, they just look so sweet. So might do a bit of a satin stitch on these. Where's my picture? Okay, we want to see where we're at. And then come in with this, push that up, maybe come up here. They're not very big, so you don't need stitches. And see, because this is quite a small piece, I'm using, you know, like Wonderfil or DMC thread, so because it's so dainty. Whereas one of the other ones, if it's a bigger central flower, I'll probably you could probably use some, I'll use some what's it called, in my wool that I've got. Okay, now I'm going to just do a small stem stitch because it is a stem. You're going around the corner, we are going that way. Okay. And we're going to go there, and it comes out here. So do we go across? Yeah, why not? Since we got that green in there, that's what we're going to do. And continue it on here. Once again, it has loosened it because I'm doing it you know, see, it's gotten loose again because I'm pushing it, but that's okay. Okay, and we'll go down, and that's what we've got with that so far. So just a bit of a, oh, I like it, I like it. So I might use this on the outside and then highlight it with a little bit of yellow. I'm looking forward to doing that. So I'll leave that in there like this in the back. Since this is the first video of the year, it'll be a little bit longer. So I'm going to do, I'll Just testing out the jolly things again. These guys, I don't know. Now, see in here it's got sort of looks a little bit feathery. So you've got the basic colour there. Now I'm not going to stitch around it, I'm just going to do be careful not to stitch on that. Just going to do, you know, some little stitches so you can see the background. Maybe 4 or 5. Do another one. Yeah, might do one a little bit longer in the middle there because it was a bit of a gap, but it might cover it a bit much. There we go. So there we go here. Oh, see? Be careful of that green. I'm holding it with my finger now. So, come in. What I might do, what's the shape of that thing? Shaped like this. Sort of at top and then a round bit. So, need that defined so that I know where I'm going to stitch that. And I might use that with that bright yellow, this brighter yellow I think, and we'll just do a French knot I think. So we'll come up here, maybe one a little longer. I might do a complete one of these, I think that would be nice. Not all my videos are going to be this long, so because you know, as I mentioned in the other just a second ago, we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to do this year, so this seems to be a little bit more over. It's okay, you've got to work with what you've done. And so this way we've done some stitching. I might just do a little one just to bring it into the middle. Oh, I like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, and do a French knot, and then we are done with that. Oop. Oh, I thought I was going to tipping over a cuppa then, but that's my inspiration mug. Okay, actually I think that is a really good colour. So we are needing this. Cut it off small. Hopefully, the reason why I'm putting it in a small eyed needle is because it's a French knot, and I might just grab a fair bit of it because we're going to use it for a few. Okay, tie knot. And I tend to do more colonial knots than French knots, which is the figure 8 knot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in right on the bottom there and go that, and maybe one more, we'll see whether that's big enough, and then go to the tip. Actually I might do 2. 1, 2. The tip of that, hold it down It's amazing when you add that one bit of yellow that it really does make a difference. I think may have been too big. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, 50 minutes. Yeah, that's enough. There you go, just adding that little bit of yellow, you can see. Okay guys, well, I will catch you in the next one. Hopefully I'll have done a little bit more homework. So with these leaves, with these, you just do like a straight satin stitch and then a stem stitch around here, a backing stitch, a French knot or a colonial knot in the center, but all around the outside. I just thought I'd show you one because that's what the rest of the flowers are going to be. I may do French knots, or I might even maybe do some bullion knots. We'll see. Yeah, and then maybe a stem stitch around here because it's thicker, I'm thinking, to make the vase. And then I might even do see how it's got that little bit of a highlight there and there. I'll do that as well, but we'll come to that when we come to that, because we've got to take it out and then we've got to put it on the wall. I'll have it stitching on the piece and then doing bits and pieces around it too, and preparing my tablecloth. So it's going to go that'll go, that one in particular will go on top. So there we go. So I probably don't want anything too big, so maybe that little lace might be enough. And it's a nice colour too next to that. This is what I used on my dress. Oh, I might even have that little piece on there because that brings out that. Yeah. Okay guys, well, I'll catch you later, and I hope you've enjoyed the very first video of 2024. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.